celebrating 250 years of the United States of America. Look at that. He's selling right?
25, yeah.
He's selling a calendar. That's nice.
Get one?
Thank you. This is the people. Getting ready for the event. We're getting ready to march.
Can you guys hear me again? Last I called was New York County AOH Division 1. New York County AOH Division 1. Please go behind the 88 company.
It happened here 250 years ago.
AOH. Are you guys here? You guys get behind me.
That's the Polish lady. Eva.
We're getting dressed.
Oh, you're getting dressed? Oh, okay.
So many that did not return. We honor them not only on Memorial Day, not only on Korean War Veterans Day, but we honor always our American veterans who basically went to protect freedoms. So we all can today remember the freedoms that we live. And we should always remember that freedom is not free. And we should disseminate this to the young children, because that's how that's going to be kept alive, in knowing that these kids should know that freedom is not free. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your service. So we're about to start, and we're going to be walking right down the Canyon of Heroes, all the way down to Bowling Green, and we will be reading the Declaration of Independence as it was read back then in 1776, of July 9th, 1776, right down at Bowling Green. Thank you.
Thank you for explaining that.
Very good. Thank you. Okay. All right, Tim.
You want to start now?
Coming on! Forward! Press right! Twist! Ready! Front! Right shoulder! Ha!
Take it out, sir.
Forward! Ha! Left! Left!
America first. Exactly.
And I also work for the Workmen's Company.
You look so precious.
How are you?
Hi.
And you are from?
Dainik Martinez.
It was winter of 2016, 2017. I just moved into my divorce and my post-marital house. And Boston is involved in this charity organization in Atlanta called Shepherd.
Shalom, shalom.
Associated with Green-250. They were batting 1,000 in their program for treating
I missed what he was saying.
Oh, Lou, the news reporter here.
I'm not news, I'm just a YouTuber. But what he was saying? What were you saying?
Okay, we're reenacting something that took place on July the 9th of 1776. George Washington was in New York with the troops. The Declaration of Independence was read in the Commons, which is City Hall Park. After it was read, the crowd marched towards Bowling Green, which is what we're doing right now. And there was a gigantic statue of King George III, the King of England. They dropped the statue, melted it, and made 42,000 bullets for the revolution. And that's why we're here today.
Thank you for teaching us history. Thank you. Just no Sharia law, no Sharia law, no Sharia law. Because we don't want Sharia law. We're walking down Broadway to Bowling Green. Namaste, namaste. Polish, Polish. Polish. Reenacting this 150 years, we didn't have Sharia law. We didn't have Sharia law. At that time, we didn't have Sharia law.
Oh, yeah, well,
Sharia law was not even in existence.
I got a thing for control. I just talked to a woman from Bangladesh, and she said after the coup that was run by Project Democracy in Bangladesh, they brought in Sharia law. So it's coming from Washington and London, more likely.
Okay.
We're imposed. Look at Syria. They imposed a head chopper in there. Who did that? We did.
I don't know. All I can say, I don't want Sharia law. I don't want Sharia law. No, you're right. Say it. Say it. We don't want Sharia law.
our military. God bless Donald Trump, Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio. God bless Pete Benson. Everybody who's in the cabinet. God bless America. No.
Thank you so much. So you're going to go through the park, up to the plaza.
Tail end trailers, got them all the way.
Are you okay to go through the park?
Corner should be okay. Hopefully that corner has a little.
United States 250. Right there. United States 250. We're on top. Bowling Green. Look at the water. Somebody's barking.
We have a more.
Hola, hola. Who's gonna read Who's gonna read the declaration?
A few different people.
Few different people? Excuse me. Excuse me.
Okay, I don't know.
Can everybody hear me?
We have a few speakers that just need to get through.
Everybody's too close.
We just have a couple people that are speaking. They need to get through to the podium.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's better. Everyone, welcome to the 250th anniversary of the most important day ever in New York City. My name is Arthur Piccolo. I'm co-chairman of the 250th anniversary committee, along with Hillary Byrne. Down Broadway they came, soldiers, sailors, sons of liberty, New York with ropes in their hands.
Excuse me, you gotta move this little bit that way.
They moved toward Bowling Green. There at the foot of Broadway, the king was not an abstraction.
Move a little bit.
was not-
Just move a little bit.
Excuse me, would you shut up?
No, because it's making the sound.
We can hear you.
Just move it a little bit from your wave. That's why making that sound. It's too close to you. No, it's
Away
no.
from you.
Away. Thank you. Thank you. Now we can hear you better.
There at the foot of Broadway, the king was not an abstraction. He was not a distant monarch across the sea. He was there, a golden statue, a royal horse, a crown above the city, empire made visible. So New York City answered. The ropes tightened, The crowd pulled. The statue strained, cracked, and fell. In America's greatest city, monarchy came crashing to earth. But the story did not end with the fall. The king was made of lead, precious lead, war lead. The shattered statue was gathered, carried away, melted down, and transformed into bullets for the American cause. The symbol became a weapon, the monarch became ammunition, the king was fired back at the king. That is why July 9th matters. July 4th declared independence. July 9th proved America meant it. And that's why we're all here today. Thank you.
Change my sound.
Special thanks to everyone, but especially Hillary Byrne, longtime Irish-American leader and one of the directors of Irish America 250, and most of all, co-chairman of our event today. And Hillary, I have a special symbolic, I'm not going to open this. This is a high-quality image of the famous painting of the statue being torn down at Bowling Green. Hopefully something told
Yes, Hillary! Hillary!
You may not also know, we have an honorary Grand Marshal today. He's not here today, but certainly was here 250 years ago today. The great Irish-American immigrant, revolutionary, and Alexander Hamilton's best friend, Hercules Mulligan, who led the march down Broadway to Bowling Green 250 years ago. Who led the march to the destruction of the statue. Hercules Mulligan is the most important revolutionary hero. He has never gotten the recognition he deserves. We are trying to have a bridge named in his honor, and we will eventually do so. Something else needs to be noted here, where New Yorkers stood 250 years ago. So you can be sure they did not hold back 250 years ago when they came here and discussed George III. Today, New York City has a new ruler, Mayor Zoran Mondami. There is no doubt the mayor of New York City should be here. We went to extraordinary lengths to let him know directly. He said that he should march with us, be with us. We invited him to attend, to speak. I talked to him directly. Others contacted him. Our American-hating mayor has completely avoided having anything to do with the entire 250th anniversary celebration. I have a message for him from the heroes of 1776. Shame on you, Mondami. New York City needs a real mayor. Thank you very much.
Yes, see you later.
Thank you, Art. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today and for being part of this historical celebration. What an extraordinary privilege it is to stand with you today on this historic ground as we commemorate the 250th anniversary of the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence in New York City. Today would not have been possible without Arthur Pickler.
Yeah! Arthur!
Yes, Arthur! Arthur!
This is his idea, and when a good idea comes your way, you know exactly what it means. And I thank you so much for being here today. 250 years ago, these streets echoed with words that changed the course of history. On July 9, 1776, George Washington assembled his soldiers and the people of New York at the Commons. Today, that's City Hall Park where we started. And the Declaration of Independence was read aloud for the very first time in this great city. For those gathered that day, it was more than a proclamation. It was a declaration of hope. The words ignited hearts. They inspired ordinary citizens to do extraordinary things. When the reading ended, thousands marched together down Broadway to this very location, Bowling Green. Here, in the park behind you, they were confronted with a towering statue of King George III. That statue fell that day, and we know what happened to it. As Arthur said, it was converted into musket and cannonball for the revolution. Those of you who know me, I'm an immigrant from Ireland. And the Irish were here in the beginning.
Yeah!
They played an enormous role. The United States of America was named by Stephen Moylan from Cork, who wrote a letter to George Washington 6 months before the Declaration of Independence in January of 1776. 22 generals of the Continental Army were of Irish descent. One of the fallen heroes was an Irishman born in Dublin, General Montgomery in Quebec. Charles Thompson was the secretary of the First Continental Congress and one of the designers of the Great Seal of the United States. The legacy is long. The history is enormous. And needless to say, the Irish were not the only ethnic group that were part of the American Revolution. Can't hear? The Declaration first came alive. It was here that Washington inspired his troops before some of the Revolution's greatest challenges. It was here that citizens demonstrated their unwavering belief that freedom was worth the sacrifice. As we continue to celebrate America's 250th birthday this year, we also celebrate the idea that liberties belong to every person, that government exists to serve the people, that freedom carries both rights and responsibilities. Those principles have guided this nation through triumph and hardship for 2.5 centuries. They have inspired generations to defend democracy, build communities, and strive for a more perfect union. This evening's Freedom Parade, the celebration of reading the Declaration, the stirring sounds of the pipe bands, the color guards, the Revolutionary era uniform, reminds us that history is best remembered when it is experienced. And today, folks, you experienced and participated in history. So, I will leave that for this moment. I would like to introduce the Consul General of Ireland, Jaron Angley.
Well, hope you can hear me. I'll do my best. Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much, Hilary. And as Consul General of Ireland, joined by...
Up to the mouth.
Up to the mouth.
All the way.
All the way, well, let's go so far. Joined by my colleague, Katie Dawn, Deputy Consul General. We're proud and honoured to join you all today for this very special ceremony marking the 250th anniversary of the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence here in New York. From the very beginning, Irish women and men were present and directly involved in the creation of these United States. These great people, and Hilary mentioned some of them, were not only participants in history, but architects of the ideals that would define it. Unity, resilience, loyalty, and hope. And this declaration would inspire us back in Ireland in 1916 with our proclamation of our republic, which recognised the support of Ireland's exiled children in America. Today, Ireland and the US share one of the world's most dynamic relationships, economically, culturally, and politically. But it's not just Ireland. Ireland is now in a leadership role as President of the Council of the European Union, and we think too this evening of our European neighbours and partners and their roles here in the US over the past 250 years. I know a colleague from the Spanish consulate is here, and what a wonderful representation by the Greek community that's right in front of you.
God bless America.
Wonderful, dear friends. So thank you so much. I have an introduction to do now, but thank you to all who made this evening's ceremony possible. Now, I'm delighted to be asked to introduce one of the most eminent of Irish poets, Micheál O'Shiel, who long ago, some years ago, made New York his home. Over his distinguished career, he has won multiple prizes and has studied and lectured across some of the greatest university campuses in the world, ranging from Yale to Harvard, Oslo, and our own Trinity College in Dublin. The great people behind Irish America 250 movement, Hillary and his colleagues, wisely chose Micheál to compose a special poem to mark this year's special anniversary. I invite you all to listen carefully as he reads Irish America.
Good afternoon. I hope you can hear me. I was very honoured to have been commissioned by Kevin Sullivan of Irish America 250 to write this poem which tells the story of Irish immigrants to this country. And thank you for your kind words of introduction, Jared. While this is how we immigrants from Ireland fared, I feel sure that in many aspects our story reflects the experience of other immigrant peoples who made this country their home. I'm thinking, of course, of the qualities of perseverance and fortitude which all immigrant groups had to learn. Irish America, to mark 250 years since the Declaration of Independence. On that July 4th, we too were here, deeply braided in this country's weave. Through 250 years, we now can share pride in all our crown came to achieve. Rising from outsiders' demi-monde, toast how children's children would in turn journey to acceptance and beyond dreams for which our forebears had to yearn. Yes, we know the turns of fortune's wheel, pains and glory of our slow ascent, misbegotten moons of dark O'Neill, famine's great-grandson, the president. Vibrant weft in our new world's brocade, honour now what role our people played. Some 200,000, maybe more, curved by penal laws or Anne's Test Act, fled our island high tier years before colonists at Lexington attacked, firing shots that rang the world around. Bent on independence they had lacked. Some of ours recruits still duty-bound to the British troops, but few compared with our early settlers who had found Catholic and dissenter both had shared common ground in fighting England's hand. We salute our heroes, those who dared, Generals John Stark and Sullivan, Mulligan, New York's shrewd Taylor Moe, Commodore John Barry, Wexford man. England's Parliament learn of our role. Their America was lost to immigrants. We now share this country's restless soul. From Portrush, Belfast, Newry or Coleraine, weary of the established church disdain, Ulster Presbyterians we'll sail, seek religious freedom's holy grail. Dream through dangerous months at sea of where we, a border folk, with blitz warfare in our genes, will settle buffer zones. Kirk democracy too in our bones. We'll obey our leaders, but we spurn all aristocrats who also then in turn brand us as rednecks or as white trash. Stubborn, reliant, seldom rash, we are Wilsons, Smiths, Montgomerys, Adams, Webbs, Buchanans, McAfees. Feeling in New England we intrude, first in Philadelphia, but imbued with a warrior competitiveness. It's the wagon road, the wilderness road. We'll push then south and west from Virginia on our tireless quest. We will be the frontiersmen who are bred to use a gun. Aggressively we'll spread Carolinas, Georgia, Tennessee, route the Choctaw, Creek, and Cherokee. Fighting Red Sticks or Brits at New Orleans, Orphan Jackson, soldier in his teens, warring hero with populist descent, our first democratic president, privileged Kerber, counselor of death, savior of the Union, yes, and yet, brutal driver of the Trail of Tears. In the South, we Ulstermen become, over time, strong Baptists, also some Methodists who too will understand we'll be the keepers of this Bible land. Even now our kirk and frontier kind still will hew a southern cast of mind. Come Black 47's tuber blight, starving and evicted, hollow-eyed, crammed in ships, ship holes, a million came, hoping for no more than to survive. In New York or Boston, most remain. Better squalor than that fickle soil. Who would trust to crops that so betray? By design or by default we stay to endure the poverty and toil, nursing fears such famines still ingrain. Here the lucky millions still alive, mix and Bridget's nativist nickname, shanty Irish wasps and snobs deride, in slum tenements a living plight. So God be with the failed Potato Ridge. We'll dig the subways, build the Brooklyn Bridge. We'll shovel and we'll swing the pick and axe. We'll cut canals or lay the railroad tracks. We'll be the city's fireman of the cop. In craft unions back the tight clothes shop. Young single girls as maids will find their feet, work for the Boston or New York elite, who otherwise would never wish to mix with immigrants who are Irish Catholics. In parishes, a counter-world where we'll create a village life and feel, nuns will see the seeds of welfare sown, build schools and hospitals first for their own. The priests run dances in the parish hall, while we'll seek the old stock's slow downfall. The bosses and ward healers, the machine, whose good turns in saloons or the shebeen will garner votes and so will circumvent the denizens of the establishment and induce a mindset out of date to let all immigrants now integrate. Then when the age of Tammany Hall is gone, we'll enter the professions and move on. In all fields are gifts and honor badge, mayors, governors, those who move and shake. Presidents seek Irish lineage, kinships go far back and now opaque. What once signaled famine immigrant has become a take-for-granted name. Mainstream, now secure and confident, ours are roots that millions want to claim. Watch with joy the bright screen's credits scroll. Cagney, Clooney, Kelly, Power, O'Brien. On they come to snatch a title role. Neeson, Brosnan, Ronan, Farrell, Ryan. Woven in this history's dreamscape, celebrate a land that we still shape.
Yeah! Yeah!
Today would not have happened without multiple individuals who were involved. Gary Lane, the Sons of the American Revolution. Joanne Gunderson, the leading ancient order of Barbarians. Mary Hope, the former national president. Ambrose Richardson, Scott Dwyer from Franz's Tavern, and by the way, make sure you drop in on the way home. Jordan Corey, Riley Dundon, and John Hyden, who organized the parade, and Henry from the United Irish Counties. Justin at the Department of Sanitation, Heights and Drumland. Gentlemen, thank you so much for leading us down Broadway. Gabe from the American Legion Post, thank you again for leading our way down as well. Elsie Richardson from the Daughters of the American Revolution, and Deborah Keelson from the New York State Children of the American Revolution. I want, as I said earlier, the Irish weren't the only nationalities involved in the revolution. They did a lot, other countries did just as much. and sacrificed as much. So I'd like to introduce the representative from the Spanish consulate, Pedro Calveros Sortalo.
Pedro. Pedro, representa a los hispanos. Representa a los hispanos.
Thank you very much. As a Spanish diplomat based here in New York, it is a true honor to join you today. I would like to express my sincere gratitude for your kind invitation to take part in this historic ceremony. New York, as always, warmly welcomes people from all over the world, including those of us who have the privilege of serving here. Our shared history stretches back 250 years to a time when Spain was not only a European power, but also an American nation. Spanish territories covered much of what is today the United States west of the Mississippi River. When the American colonies fought for their independence, Spain made a decisive contribution to that cause. It provided financial assistance, military supplies, weapons, and the service and sacrifice of a significant number of troops to help to make American independence possible.
Yeah! Yeah!
Just a short distance from here, in Fort Greene Park, stands a plaque presented by His Majesty King Juan Carlos of Spain during the United States bicentennial 50 years ago. It honors those valiant sons of Spain who fought, suffered, and died for the cause of American independence. Hundreds of Spaniards lost their lives aboard the British prison ships anchored nearby, while many others fought alongside the American agents. It is also a remarkable historical fact that at George Washington's inauguration, the ambassadors of Spain and France were the only foreign diplomats officially present, a fitting symbol of the close friendship that already united our nation. Today, as we commemorate 250 years of shared history, we also reaffirm our commitment to preserving its memory and to ensuring the new generations, especially Hispanic communities, whose roots are deeply intertwined with this story, recognize the enduring contribution of Spain and the Spanish-speaking world to the founding of the United States. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias.
Yes!
Are able to raise two American flags at the same time ever here, as we will do shortly, is because of the Greek community. It's the Greek community that came to me back in 1996 and said we should be raising the flags of many nations here. And the Greek community, the Federation of Hellenic Societies, got together and raised a lot of money. And a miracle, a week before the 175th anniversary of Greek independence, we had this flag, second flagpole installed, and it has changed the character of Bowling Green in this city forever. And right today, I am proud to be introducing one of the most important Greek American leaders in the history of New York City. But even more, he is a quintessential example of the American story. John Katzimatidis came here as an immigrant boy and rose with no money, no power, no influence, rose to become one of the leaders of New York City, an incredibly successful businessman. He's all over the city. He is constantly doing good. He owns one of the most important radio stations in New York City. He has lots of other businesses, but he does more charitable good than almost anybody else in the city. He's one of the greatest power brokers in the city. He's my friend for a lifetime. I sometimes don't like to say this, but John and I first met and became friends at Brooklyn Technical High School for 4 years, along with others, and we have been in touch ever since. It's one of my great pleasures right now to introduce to you John Katzimatidis.
Now,
Arthur Piccolo and we did go to Brooklyn Tech together. Lou Katzos, I think, went to Brooklyn Tech. And, you know, I'm an immigrant. I came here 6 months old. And, you know, but I'm an American, too. I'm an American first, but Greece is always in my heart. And the fact is, I'm glad to be here among my Greeks friends, my Italian friends, my Irish brothers, and my Spanish brothers, because America is the great melting pot.
Yes! Yes!
We're all here. So, you know, my grandfather came here in 1913, both my grandfathers. And it's all about, they came here to work 80 hours a week to make their living and have their I guess, their kids and grandkids have a better life. The joke I tell on WABC is, there's no Greek diners left. There's no Jewish delis left. You know why? They worked 80 hours a week, and they sent their kids, and they became investment bankers, lawyers, accountants. There's nobody left to run the Greek diners, and there's nobody left to run the Jewish delis. You know why? Because we all worked hard to make sure. But I'm scared. I'm scared that America is being invaded, that they don't want what we want. We want America the way we all grew up. And I'm working at the age of 77. I am working 7 days a week. So, you know why? Because I want America the way we all grew up. God bless America.
Yes!
God
Yes!
bless. We're here. God bless America. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. And whatever you need from us, or the Greek community, count on me. All right, somebody record that? Yes.
It recorded.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kasimatiris.
Thank you, John. Sanitation pipes and drums are going to play a tune, and then after that we're going to have the reading of the Declaration of Independence. We have 10 individuals that we will introduce to do the reading. John?
John, come over here. Okay, John.
This young man is going to pass. Pass carefully, okay? Careful. The young man is going to speak.
Una faccia, una razza! Yeah!
Who's going to read it? Who's going to read the declaration? You going to read it? Okay. Oh, wow.
Okay, folks, we're going to start the reading of the Declaration of Independence. The first person is Kate Kiesler. She is the former state president of the New York State Society of Children of the American Revolution.
Yes!
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes, Kate!
Thank you so much. All right, can everyone hear me?
Yes!
Wonderful.
Kind of.
It's okay, the mic is
Okay. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America, when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth a separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation.
Next. Yes. I'm proud to introduce the Vice Chairman of the Bowling Green Association and a leader within the Turkish American community, Ibrahim Katulis.
Ibrahim Katuli.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and they are endowed by the Creator within certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute a new government, laying its foundations on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate the governments long established should not be changed for the light and the transcendent causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are consumed.
Yes.
Bravo.
Proud of you.
Our next leader is Eagle Scout Antonio Crispin from Troop 177 in Richmond Hills, Queens. Thank you.
You got the best dad.
Necessity in the first charges. But when a long train of abuses and interpretations pursuing invariably the same objective differences are designed to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such is the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in a direct object to the establishment of absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused to assent to the laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, unless suspended in their orientation till his assent should be obtained, and when so suspended, he utterly neglected to attend them.
Look at mommy there.
I have the pleasure of introducing another great leader of the Greek community, who is the chair of the Greek Independence Day Parade, who is one of the leaders of the Federation, who is involved in so many other activities inside and outside of the Greek community, and responsible for 2 beautiful new plaques for these flagpoles. It's my great pleasure to introduce Lou Katos.
What's his name?
Representation and legislatures denied. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish the right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of the public records for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time after such desolations to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative powers, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise. The state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsion within.
Yes! He's great.
Reader is Elliot Hamilton.
Elliot Hamilton
is an 8th-generation descendant of William Floyd, who was the signer of the Declaration of Independence in 1776.
Yeah!
He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states, for that purpose obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migration hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of lands. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amount and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and to eat out their substance.
Yes! Lock down that statue!
I'm proud to introduce Len Ugaju, who is the president of the African American Council of New York City.
Yeah!
Thank you, Arthur. He has kept among us, in times of peace, standing armies without consent of our legislatures. He has effected to render the military independent of and superior to civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving the assent of their acts to pretended legislations, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, and for imposing taxes on us without our consent.
Yes!
Our next reader is Staff Sergeant Seamus Fennessy. Seamus is with the Fighting Irish Regiment, the Fighting 69.
Yeah, Seamus! Yeah!
False law and destroyed self-government, for depriving us in many cases of the benefit of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our governments, for suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever.
It's my pleasure to introduce retired Marine officer and professional writer and very strong advocate for Hercules Mulligan, Brian O'Leary.
Yeah, Brian!
Brian!
He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burnt our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, desolation, and tyranny already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens taken captive on the high seas to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections among us and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages whose known rule of warfare is the undistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions.
The ninth reader is an Irish actress based here in New York City, Joanna Kinsella.
Hi, Joanna. Hi, Joanna.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming out on this Irish rainy day. Petitions rejected and separation justified. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitions for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our immigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, peace in friends.
Yes, yes! Yes. Stop the statue.
Before I introduce our very special final speaker and the dramatic ending of the declaration, two things. There is a movie being premiered about July 9, 1776, for free in Battery Park on a large screen at 8 p.m. I hope many of you will stay around for that. Also, after we have the final reading, we'll raise both flags together and the national anthem will be sung. I'd like to add something to the program that I think will be the most memorable moment. Those brave, patriotic New Yorkers, at this exact moment, 250 years ago, were not standing exactly here. They were surrounding where the fountain is today and the statue of George III stood. I hope we will all take a moment to go into the park after the raising of the flag and the national anthem, in a few moments of silent tribute, surround the fountain in their memory.
Yes.
And now it's my great pleasure to introduce Abby Suckle, President of Culture Now and one of the notable New Yorkers today.
Yeah!
Gabby! We love you, Gabby.
Okay. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America in General Congress, assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do, in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states, they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do, and for the support of this declaration with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Drop the statue!
In a moment, we will raise the flags and have the national anthem. But I just wanted to say a couple of parting words before we do that and go into the park. When we leave here tonight, let us all carry forward the spirit of those who walked these streets before us 250 years ago. Together, they honored history. Together, they celebrated liberty. Together, they inspired future generations. May God bless the city of New York. May God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much for coming, and we're going to have the national anthem sang by Ailish Ferry, followed by the flag raising.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose false shapes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful. Beautiful voice.
Thank you so much, Arthur. All right, so
Arthur.
everyone who's willing, please come join us in the middle of the park for a few moments.
Thank you.
Let's go! The founders!
Brian Anderson, thank you for coming.
Drop the statue! Let's go! Drop the statue!
Hey, Luke. How is everything?
Great job.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if he's allowed to be here.
That's the Polish people. I don't have. I need a. Who's gonna take it? I'm by myself, me, myself, and I.
Yeah. Did you know that first speaker who told you to shut up?
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I don't take it personal.
I was like, fuck, why is he telling me to shut up?
Thank you, guys. Excuse me.
Let's get it before.
Hi guys. Thank you very much, guys. All the best.
What are you representing? Your clothes. Who are representing?
My ancestor was in Maryland militia.
Oh, okay.
And the family thinks that he was at Battle of Brooklyn with his brother. But the only proof I have is that by the next year, in 1777, he was commissioned a Maryland lieutenant, or no, captain, and his younger brother was commissioned a lieutenant. And that's when they first show up. Prior to that, it's just like family stories.
Okay.
But this is my son, so he's the next generation.
Okay. They're gonna represent you. Okay. And him?
Buddy.
It's the same group?
Yes.
Same. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you. These are the Greek people. Estos son los griegos, Greek people. Excuse me.
Yeah, let's go, man. We need juice, we need power, we need to take back some of the... We need representation. We need recommendation.
Bring back the Greeks.
You gotta open up. No. We are
And we need to ban Sharia law.
Yes.
That's right.
I hate Sharia law.
It's okay, I love you.
Sharia law will destroy countries.
Σας ευχαριστώ. Πάρα πολύ.
We have to gain back our power. Όχι μόνο στην Ελλάδα, αλλά εδώ στην Αμερική. Μας έχουν πάρει όλες τις θέσεις. There's no representation. There's no representation. Είχαμε representation στο χάρτη. Μας το φευρένω.
That's a great people. Why'd she left me? Why'd she left me?
We don't know where everybody is. They just kind of evaporated. But we did watch the movie, right?
Yeah. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. 2026. 1776. How beautiful that.
Thank you.
That's why we don't want Sharia law. We don't want Sharia law. We don't want Sharia law.